What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. The other night I was up late again reading Ask Reddit, and I found a thread about the weirdest stuff people have ever heard on the mic while they're gaming, and I honestly thought it was hilarious. So I decided to make it into a video because I know you guys kind of enjoy these videos sometimes. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it.
And I got eyes like an eagle, stacking so much money you would think that it's illegal. I'm getting quiet now, laying low when you reach zone, piping down, making out, stack the bread, cause you love the sound, just so.
Alright, so the thread itself is just titled, Gamers of Reddit, what are the strangest things you've heard over an open mic? And honestly, some of these answers had me scratching my head as to how these people are in a mental hospital. I was playing with a pug in Destiny. We had just finished a raid and we were taking a 15-minute smoke break before jumping into the next one. It was winter and one of the guys had stepped outside for a quick smoke and still had his headset on. A few minutes into the break, we hear a "oh" moment, and then the sound of someone banging on doors and windows as he tried to get back inside his house. Apparently, he had locked himself out and didn't have a way back in. Realizing he still had a headset, we put the earphones back on and was like, "Guys, I need help. I'm locked out of my house without a jacket and I don't have my phone." I asked if there was anyone that I could call, and the dude couldn't recall his mother's, dad, or sister's phone numbers off the top of his head. I asked where he lived and started to pull up the non-emergency police contact for his area, and then he had the bright idea. "Dude, call the Arby's in State X, Town Y off Z Road and ask for Sarah. That's my sister. Tell her to call my mom so she can bring the spare set of keys over." So that's what I did. I called and she was actually the one to answer the phone. "Hey, is the assistant manager named Sarah there?" "Yeah, that's me. What can I do for you?" This is a bit odd, but I'm actually playing an online game with your brother Andrew. He stepped out to smoke and locked himself outside without a jacket. He doesn't have his phone, so he told me to call you so you can call your mom so she can bring the spare keys over." "Oh no, yeah, I can do that. Are you one of my brother's friends?" "No, I actually just met him online today. I live about 1,500 miles from y'all." "Oh, okay, well, thanks for calling and letting me know. I'll call my mom and let her know." So we say bye and the phone call ends. And about 5 minutes later, I get a call from the same area code, different number, and it's the dude's mom in a slight panic asking if her son's okay and having me let him know that she's on her way right now. And I played operator for 20 minutes until she got to his place, and it was one of the most interesting online gaming moments for me. And people say that gaming can't save lives. Destiny is literally out here saving people from the grips of hypothermia. Remember that next time your mom tells you to get off. You might literally be saving a life. It wasn't strange, but it really caught me off guard. A CS server I used to frequent a guy with came on voice comms to say goodbye like a normal person would. But when he said that he'd just finished chemo and he would play during his treatments, and now that he was done getting chemo, he wouldn't have time to play anymore, it kind of made me smile. It was a nice change to hear after the usual chatter, and that'll always stick with me. "We play games of love to avoid the depression." Real talk though, bro. Cancer is a bitch, and I'm glad you beat it. A few years ago, I was in a Rift guild with the strangest California desert hicks. This couple lived in the hills outside San Diego on some big piece of property with their kids and the guy's parents, and they were actually pretty decent players, and he was an especially solid tank. But damn if they didn't always interrupt raids for the craziest of reasons. One week it's a kid with a broken arm, the next week it's the in-laws' roof's on fire. The frequency and kind of incident was always enough to make the rest of us wildly speculate about what the hell living situation these people had. The best time they interrupted? "Guys, we gotta take a 20. The kangaroo is loose again." Yeah, everybody knows that the hills around San Diego are often infiltrated with the disgusting rat known as the kangaroo. That's what I think is really horrifying. A kangaroo is a rat. It's just a giant rat. I was playing Call of Duty a few years back, and I heard a woman having a really vicious rant towards her husband who's on our team. Dick size was mentioned, mothers were berated, and infidelity was confessed, but the guy just played on. Jesus Christ, bro, that's brutal, except it's still not the worst thing I've actually heard in a Call of Duty lobby. I was playing League of Legends while talking to some guys over TeamSpeak, and this dude says he'll be right back but leaves his mic on, and out of nowhere, you hear him and his dad getting into a massive fight, and when the fight's nearly over, we hear the dad scream, "And why does your room smell like like poop? And the kid replied, 'cause I pooped in it. And the dude hasn't been back on TeamSpeak since. Honestly, I thought the jokes about the kid that put a 5-gallon bucket under their DX Racer and cut a hole in it so they didn't have to stop gaming were a joke, but yeah, I don't know, bro. League of Legends kids are built different. The story isn't so much something accidentally heard through the mic, but the other players' reaction to it. We had this mage character in our guild in World of Warcraft. Our guild wasn't anything special, just doing Molten Core and a bunch of other stuff before a certain expansion came out. Back in the good old days where you had class-specific channels to coordinate class-specific jobs. At the time, we were pretty new and, you know, had about 30 people. Anyways, this guy had been in the guild since his 50s, and we were really happy that he was finally able to start raiding. Pretty fun, really sarcastic, really good mage. I'm pretty sure it's level 50s. Never gave his age, but from the way he wrote and carried on a conversation, he seemed like a college or graduate school kid in his mid-20s. Anyways, raids mean Ventrilo, so he joined up in the channel, but he claimed he didn't have a mic and always responded in chat. To make a long story short, a few months later after he started raiding, one evening 2 guys got kicked deep into the whelps and woke like 90% of them up. Rather than just fight them, our guild leader called for us to wipe. But suddenly this really high-pitched voice comes over and says, "Forget that, keep going, nobody else touch them, everybody else shut up, we're gonna handle it. Mage, grab the whelps and come around to the center. Anyone with whelps come to the center. Group 3 healers, you're with us." Nobody knew who the hell it was, but we went with it, and lucky me, I had the talents for slowing stuff down, so I got to be one of the kites. Anyways, here I am kiting hundreds of whelps with some random girl's comments keeping me alive, coordinating half a dozen frost novas. She had us run in circles along the bottom of the layer for 8 minutes, but we pulled it off. It took us a minute for us to realize exactly who this chick was. Wait a second, we don't have any girl mages. But everyone was too focused to comment on it. When the raid was finally over, everyone's laughing and the comments start coming out. "We thought you were a guy, didn't know you were a girl." And he just says, "I am a guy." He says he's about 12 and more or less the size of a 9-year-old, says fun raid and logs off pretty quickly after that. You can imagine the mini freakout that followed. The cognitive dissonance was fantastic. About a third of the people refused to believe the person was so young and decided that him being a 24-year-old girl lying about her age and gender was far more believable than their friend being young. The person was very sarcastic and prank prone, to be fair. Logic along the lines of, a little kid can't fake being that old. And they always referred to the guy as her after that. They just couldn't believe that the one that saved the raid was still in middle school. The guild leader at least was pretty cool with it, even asked him to help lead some runs after that and be the mage lead a month later. Kid flat out refused, said he couldn't take his own voice seriously and wouldn't expect anyone else to, much less the players. Couldn't blame him, and there were certainly people that mocked him after that, though happy to say it was a small minority. As somebody who lived a long time as a squeaker on Xbox, bro, just be nice to kids with high voices, dog. They're really trying their best out there, man. I will say it's gotten better, bro. I used to get bullied on Xbox for having a high voice. I don't know what y'all wanted me to do. I was 12. A couple years back on PlayStation, I think I heard the last argument one couple ever had. We were playing GTA 4, goofing off in the airport, when I overhear some lady screaming, "I've been working all day and all you've been doing is playing that stupid game." It developed into a huge fight and they were screaming back and forth for at least 15 minutes until his mic went quiet and his account logged off. And that's when mom and dad got a divorce. I was playing Halo 3 with my brother one time when someone on the other team was 1 in 18 or something similar to that. He was running around and shooting occasionally, but just missing a lot and dying. Once the game is over, we end up in the post-game lobby, and one person on the other team is swearing at the guy that went 1 in 18, and we hear a strange rustling noise, followed by a rather drowsy dude saying, "Huh? What the hell, bro? How do you die 18 times and only get 1 kill?" Followed by, "Sorry, dude, I fell asleep in the lobby." "You were moving around, though." Well, it's only me and my cat here." TLDR, either someone blamed their cat for their terrible performance in Halo, or one of us got killed by a cat. Dude, imagine being the guy that died to the person who goes 1 in 18. Nothing is worse in a video game than, like, being alright, but then dying to the worst player, bro, or when you guys get clutched by the bottom fragger on the other team. Last week, I was playing GTA Online in a heist with some kids, and the youngest one was maybe 12 or 13, and during a setup mission, his mom entered the room and told him to get off the Xbox, all he does is play games, stuff like that. And he told her that he couldn't because he was almost done with an online mission and he would quit after. We finish the mission and start to queue up the finale, and someone asks if he needs to log off, and he says, nah, I'll just tell her it's the same mission. Mid-finale mission, static starts to come over the mic, and it sounds like a scuffle, and then you hear him pleading, no, don't turn it off, you can't do this, there's other players, I can't quit, it's gonna end their game too. And in a no F's given, dead serious, angry voice, the mom says, your dad is in jail because of you. We're gonna lose our house because of you. And then silence, and it logs off. A few minutes later, he's back in party chat saying, sorry guys, we're having family problems, and my mom gets like that. She's a salty C-word. Dog, what is going on in GTA Online lobbies, bro? I'm telling you, those are where the COD lobbies went to still be alive today. Imagine just hearing some kid's mom saying it's his fault his dad's in prison in the middle of a heist. So I used to join Black Ops 2 lobbies and talk in my deep-ass bass voice, and this guy asked me to call a phone number for some reason. He thought I wouldn't do it. I did it and his friends were laughing, but he just kept saying, hang up, hang up, hang up. Whoever the chick was that answered was super pissed off, like even before I called. Who is this? And then someone yelling that apparently picked up on the mic. And this happened in the lobby. We get into the game and the dude who told me to call just up and left. I kind of want to believe he got chewed out by his older sister or something because of me. Just to clarify though, I didn't even say anything rude to her. I said, hello there, I was told to and then yelling, more yelling, and then she hung up. Yeah, this sounds like a sibling feud that you got caught in the middle of, sir. I salute you for your service, but hope you know that the council will be in contact about your prison sentence. I tend to stay pretty quiet when I'm playing online games, but there's one moment that occurred about a year ago while playing TF2. The honest truth of the matter is that I'm terrible at most first-person shooters. If I'm lucky, I'll get a kill or maybe two before being offed by an opponent that I didn't notice. This fact was apparently unforgivable, and a young man who was offended by my skills wasted no time informing me of my failures. Oh my god, you suck, bro. Seriously, you suck. I cannot believe how much you suck. At first, I ignored the tirade. As time went on, though, I realized that the fellow didn't appear to be able to say anything other than, oh my god, I can't believe how much you suck. His entire vocabulary seemed to be derived from those 12 words. So I took it as a challenge. After fumbling a bit to figure out which key activated my microphone, I responded back with the Kermit the Frog voice. Hey man, I heard you got kicked out of military school for being too boring. Don't ask me what I went by that, though. It was just a nonsensical insult that was intended to provoke the fellow. AKA trolling. F you, my controversial opponent shouted. It seemed like a verbal jab has done the trick because suddenly there was like a tone of real rage in his voice. F you, you effing F. F you effing suck, God. I did my best to suppress a laugh and then switched to imitating Cookie Monster. Me no think you have good grasp of English. Me think you only know words like fuck and suck. Me think you should learn words like cookie. F you, you effing. You're seriously the biggest loser, bro. Whoa, you used some new words. Now say cookie. The young man's frustration was audibly increasing as he started shouting F you back at me. And what was that? A tinge of fear I detected? Cookie? I replied. Oh my god, stop, dude. You're being creepy and you suck. There was definitely some sort of mounting discomfort in this guy's voice. Had I discovered the one individual on the planet with a phobia about Muppets? Cookie! Stop messing around, dude. I went silent for about 5 seconds, then starting in a low, ominous growl and moving up into a tone of manic insanity, I went in for the kill. Cookie. As much as I would love to say that the young man burst into tears, disconnected, and left the world of online gaming forever, the truth of the matter is much more mundane, but not by much. Midway through my long-winded bellow, the guy flipped out and started screaming in near gibberish. The occasional slur, or F-word, was still audible, but it seemed like he had been reduced to offering wordless exclamations while his voice cracked. This went on for the rest of the match, and the guy didn't stop until the very end, when he managed to squeak out a final F you suck, before disconnecting. My team may have lost the match, but I like to think that I won the war. Honestly, dude, if you get somebody to just near gibberish rage, then yeah, I really am sure that you won the trolling war, to be completely transparent with you. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to press the like button. Let me know in the comments section down below what you thought. It would be much appreciated. And if you're new, subscribe and be sure to turn on those notifications so you never miss another post. If you guys want more content, I do have a podcast called the SKUFFED Cast. You can find a link to that in the description down below. No pressure though. And if you like the intro song, a link to it on Spotify is also down in the description. And yeah, last but certainly not least, we gotta go ahead and give the members a shout out. If you want a member shout out, all you gotta do is click the join button next to subscribe down there. You get a verified check mark next to your name and a shout out at the end of every video. So yeah, without further ado, let's give a big shout out to Cosmic Ramen, Christian Candy Rose, Taco Man, Caveman Blank, Jacob, Eli Garrett, Sam Brody, Ultra Radish, Raymond, Michael Savage, Pepe the Gamer, Bullseye Ben, Michael Harris, Cyrus, Nick, Hex, Philip, Flofty, Kanye, Wiro, Lackey, Hallspy, Caden, Jinx, Carrot, Calvin, Kinsta, Franklin, Random Bot, Rose, Zach Bobbin, Trash McGee, Toasty, Ansel, Tom, Knees Duts, Kim, Home Gang, Dashy Boy, DJ Legend, Antug, Alex, Tendons, Coleman, Typical Panda, Master Milks, Aaron Love Scrubs, William Dubois, Rosento, Mackenzie, Geo, Pwaz, Jellybean, Woofles, Benedicti, Brandon, Flawed Phoenix, Dylan Chungus, Unreal Decoy, Sebastian Bees, Johnny Dude, Cosmic Ramen, Fabulously Terrifying, Chandler Lewis, Ryuki, and Why So Blurry. Thank you all so much for being members. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.